So next day, whatever teacher writing on the blackboard, everything is getting stored. So like this. So if come here. If the students wants to refer to the whatever has been taught in the blackboard or whatever was written in the blackboard, you simply click on it. And it always goes to the last page, that's why it's a blank. And this is what the teacher has written. So whatever has written on the blackboard throughout the year, everything is stored and everything can be seen back by the student whenever he wants. The same is here. All are there. Now let's quickly go to the next mode, which is called the conference mode. Now this is the beautiful thing, that if the teacher wants to pay close attention to one or two students specifically, and even in the case they are not in the same location, they're in remote location. Even the Blackboard also works that way, remote location, and in an interactive way. If the teacher wants to teach something, he goes for a conference mode. In the conference, he can select. There are various students, say student 1 and student 2, and say start conference. So now it's a conference mode with student 1, student 2 and teacher 1. So whatever the teacher writes appears in student 1. And in this process of explaining something to the student may be asking questions and student may be writing something on his board that will appear in everybody's one. And in student 2 also is want to contribute, he will write something and that will appear. So this is actually a conference mode, what we normally do video conferencing. Now if we can, as of now, this capability is not yet embedded, if we can do an audio streaming with this, you can imagine that distant education learning will be very, very much possible. Now there is something called a self-test mode. Now if the student is studying very hard and he wants to do very good in the examination, so how about if he can take some self-test before the examination or any time during the year? That will only help him in his academic performance. So you just click on the self-test button and the options comes. So for example, he select English and say English grammar. Then what the device will talk with the server and it will download. And it has downloaded an English grammar. Now this book, this grammar test was never in this device. It has been fetched from the server. It is in the device where he can write and he can see the solution. For example, he wants to solve this problem and something like this. So the girl will be like boy and his father. So he practice like this and he want to see what is the solution. He go to the solution and he can see the solution. So he comes back to his work and actually he can keep it for later viewing. Later also if he click on it, so he took the test on 3. If he click on it, he can see that what was the test paper he downloaded and what last he wrote on it. Pause. Okay, I forgot about very important thing. That is a diary note. Diary note will be written by children every day. Now what happens, many times I have seen, particularly for my child, the teacher will write something on the board and will ask them to note down in the diary, and my son will not be able to write it and we will not get the communication. So the teacher wants to write something on the diary for communicating especially with the parents. He will click on the diary notes and he will see that this a page will be coming. It is auto write, so he will say tomorrow is holiday. For example, there is a note and you simply click on send. Now what will happen, this diary note will automatically get sent to the student device. So the student they can see that the device. If the teacher himself want to see what diary note he has written, they click on it. The tomorrow is holiday. Now how the student will see, they have to go to the first page and see the diary note is already there. So you have to click on it. And in this case, the parents will come into picture. They'll click on it. So there is something called noted, and you have to put your signature. So you say XYZ and say noted. And it goes away. In the same case, Here the diary note has appeared. Again, sorry for this bad screen, but I can see. You click on it and the diary note is here. You just sign, say, ABC, click on it, and the diary note is gone. Let's see now how the teacher will make sure the diary note has been seen. He simply goes to the page 1. He click on this tab. He go to the diary note. He click on this, and he can see that okay, this diary note has been seen by student 2, and his father ABC has signed on it. Now the last thing is that teachers, students, we often see that the students nowadays, or the children nowadays, are getting hooked up with cell phones, and they are playing different kinds of games. And to be very true, we cannot stop them from playing. But how about when we ask them to play something real interesting game like Sudoku or chess, or for example crossword? They don't have much interest. But one thing has been noted, that in school, whenever all the students does something in collective, they find a lot of interest in that. So how about pushing some games, or maybe some kind of news, so that the teachers, or for the students, or even for the teachers, they can see. So let me now, I'll do at once. I'll push from the server, I'll push some games and some current affairs, and we'll see that all these things will appear in the teacher's board and as well as the student board. So I have pushed everything into the server. Now we'll see a pop-up will come. Thank you for hanging around for this long. This all the features needed some time, and okay. So you see this. You see this now. All these things are popping up. If you can put your focus here. I think it'll. See the student. So these are news which got popped up. These are games which got popped up. This can be done by the school to encourage student to learn about the latest news, and even if they want to play some games. For example, let me show the games. So this is a game of Sudoku. The student click on it. It's same like the self-test, and he wants to solve the problem. He can just go for it. He wants to see the solution. The solutions are all there. He wants to see the news. It is good. It is a very good for them for developing a habit of reading news. And for the student, for the teacher, we don't have the games tab, but there is something called official communication. For example, the payslip of the teacher. He wants to see the payslip. The payslip can be pushed every first of the month or whichever date the salary happens, and the teacher can simply click on it. Click on it. Yes. And he or she can see the payslip. So that is it. Actually, I tried to show you all the features. That is downloading of books, student info, interactive books, audio books, books in sync, the notebooks, infinite writing, Blackboard, conference mode, games, self-test, official communication, and taking test, and all this stuff. So this is particularly the device I have worked on, and this is my idea. Whatever I have conceptualized, I try to put it in a real demo mode, and this is it. Thank you.